Arab.
Hello and welcome. I'm Asima Kataka and you're watching World Report on NewsX World. Let's take a look at the top headlines of this hour. The International Crimes Tribunal has commenced its hearing on allegations of crimes against humanity tied to former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina during the 2024 student-led protests. The former Prime Minister is facing the death penalty should she found guilty. At least 42 Indian Umrah pilgrims, including several from Hyderabad, are feared dead after their bus collided with a diesel tanker near Mufrihad while en route from Mecca to Medina in Saudi Arabia. Amid rising tensions between Japan and China, Japanese government spokesperson Minoru Kihara has now said that China's warning against travel to Japan was incompatible with what was agreed between the two countries amid an escalated diplomatic spat over Taiwan. US President Donald Trump has hinted that he could have discussions with Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro, who has been in the crosshairs of a US military buildup in the Caribbean. Ecuador has voted against hosting foreign military bases in the country in a massive countrywide referendum. The latest count saw over 90% of the ballots accounted for, with two-thirds of the population rejecting the proposal. More than 70 schools in Australia have been closed for cleaning after asbestos was discovered in widely used children's play sand. Products recalls have been issued for several colorful play sand products after laboratory testing detected traces of tremolite and chrysotite asbestos. US President Donald Trump has now backed the release of the infamous Epstein files, saying that it is a Democrat ploy to distract from their failures with the government shutdown. German Finance Minister and Vice Chancellor Lars Klingbeil are headed to China seeking dialogue on trade tensions as Berlin pushes its de-risking strategy amid Chinese curbs on rare earths and semiconductors that have shaken German industry. Now we start with Asia. Bangladesh is high on alert as security forces intensify their presence as former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's trial begins in Dhaka. The International Crimes Tribunal will deliver its judgment on allegations of crimes against humanity tied to the 2024 student-led protests, charges Hasina has previously denied. Alongside Hasina, former Home Minister Asaduzzahman Khan Kamal and former Police Chief Chaudhry Abdullah Al-Mamun were also charged, though Al-Mamun later turned prosecution witness. Bangladesh is on high alert as security forces intensify their presence as former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's trial begins in Dhaka. The International Crimes Tribunal will deliver its judgment on allegations of crimes against humanity tied to the 2024 student-led protests, charges Hasina has previously denied. Alongside Hasina, former Home Minister Asaduzzahman Khan Kamal and former Police Chief Chaudhry Abdullah Al-Mamun were also charged, though Al-Mamun later turned to a prosecution witness. Bangladesh is on high alert as security forces intensify their presence as former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's trial begins in Dhaka. Now we are showing you live visuals coming in from this trial that's ongoing in Bangladesh's capital city Dhaka, as the International Crimes Tribunal will be delivered here and its judgment on allegations of crime against humanity.
was showing them a video of their attack on protesters and said, গুলি করি একটা, মরে একটা, আহত হয় একটা, একটাই যায়, বাকিটা যায় না। It transpires from the testimony of PW27, Dr. Mashouk Ahmed, that ছাত্রলীগ activists stopped ambulance carrying protesting wounded near Shahidullah Hall of Dhaka University. They also
Now we're seeing the visuals coming in from Bangladesh's high court, as Bangladesh is on high alert as security forces intensify their presence as former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's trial begins in Dhaka. The International Crimes Tribunal will be delivering its judgment on allegations of crimes against humanity tied to the 2024 student-led protests, charges Hasina has previously denied. Alongside Hasina, former Home Minister Asaduzaman Khan Kamal and former Police Chief Chaudhry Abdullah Al-Maimun were also charged, though Al-Maimun later turned to a prosecution witness. Now for this discussion, we welcome Professor and Dr. and MD Habib Milad. He's an ex-MP and president of Global Center for Democratic Governance, joins us live from Canada. Thank you very much, Dr. Habib Milad, for joining us today. Welcome to NewsX World. Doctor, what more can you tell us about the ongoing charges that are put on former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, and can you tell us a little bit about the former Home Minister Asaduzaman Kamal and the former Police Chief Chaudhry Abdullah Al-Maimun as well?
Thank you. As you know that the defeated force from the 1971 liberation war in Bangladesh, they are trying to destabilize the country over the last 54 years, 24. Now, as they are in power from the back, they are trying to take the revenge from 1971 liberation war. So that's the moral story in here. But the thing happened against Sheikh Hasina or Asaduzaman Kamal and also the IGP. They frame a charge with 5 charges, and most of them, I was listening to them and I was following them for a long time, and I saw most of them, well, the way they portrayed it is not like that really. As you see, they said that, this verdict is coming very close to when the national election is going on. In the meantime, Bangladesh Awami League, its activities is banned, and is also suspended its registration. As you know, on the 12th of May 2025, the investigation authority gave the report to the court, and the formal charge was presented on the 1st of June. And 10th July, within 40 days, they filed the charges. And then they started taking the interviews on 3rd of August, and now 12th of October, they have started the debate, and now they're giving the verdict. So it's a huge, as you know, that it's so many people are involved in that, and so many charges are there. How they find the conclusion so early? As you know, that Bangladesh's law and order situation is so poor. Even now, when I'm talking, the birthplace of Bangladesh's independence, the Road 32, Bongo Medium, there are 2 bulldozers are there. They have demolished on 5th of February. Now they are trying to do it again. There is no law and order situation at the moment at the Bangladesh. The judicial system is controlled by interim government and also Jamatis. The justice, those who are involved with Jamaat politics, the prosecutor, he's involved with the Jamaat politics. And the solicitors, lawyers, those who are running on the both sides, they're Jamaatis. So how can you get a fair judgment? And the chief of the three judges, he was not even in the trial process. He was writing the verdict even before the trial was completed. So this is the scenario at the moment in Bangladesh. As you know, the judicial system, the law and order situation, and the mob, everything is the normal part of normal life at the moment. So we cannot say, we don't accept, we deny this verdict, whatever they're going to give in the next 5 minutes. We don't want that. And we want, if somebody has committed any crime, it should be in international standard. But they give the name of the International Crimes Tribunal. But there is no standard at all. As you see the video, all of us seen it. The prosecutor and the solicitor of Sheikh Hasina was talking, they're laughing. They're talking, why did you say this thing? And they'll say, okay, I have to say, at least in front of the media. So this is the scenario at the moment. And they use the International Human Rights Commission's report, which was biased and didn't maintain their standard. They mentioned that in the past. So I do not know what's going on at the moment, but I think they're taking revenge at the moment and what they're doing.
And how might this trial of Sheikh Hasina affect, how is this affecting political stability and public trust further? As you mentioned, the condition is very dire over in Bangladesh, and is there trust in Bangladesh judicial and governmental institutions? As you also mentioned, Jamaatist and interim government is not able to properly manage the current situation in Bangladesh now.
They are not properly managing the current situation from the beginning, I should say from 5th of August. Initially 5th of August to 8th of August evening, the chief of army staff took the control of the country. On those 3-4 days, about 400 people died. And after that, until 15th of August, and until today, 637 people killed in mob. 213 Awami legal leaders and activists has been killed in different ways. And 64 extrajudicial kill has happened. And numerous, I cannot count it, numerous mob violence, extortion. I should say there is an arrest of more than 400,000 people. Most of them are Awami League and state organizations supporters. But although having doing this to control Awami League and the force close to pro-liberation or pro-liberation forces, the Jatiyo Party, the 14-party alliance, they are not even cannot do their political activity due to the pressure from the government. They cannot do even the simple meeting or anything. People attack them. Probably you are looking all those things. So what is going on at the moment is total anarchy in Bangladesh. And through that, they want, especially Jamaatis and the interim, Dr. Yunus and his ally wanted to take advantage of that. And as you know that on the 13th of this month, the court decided to give the verdict today on the 17th. But Dhaka, Awami League called lockdown in Dhaka. That means close Dhaka. But the whole country was stand still because of Awami League has at least 70 to 80 million voters and supporters. Awami League is the oldest party, most popular party in the country still today. So as you see, they have the more than 100,000 law enforcing authority are on the street, but they still cannot stop Awami League and his supporters from engaging democratic process.
Right. Thank you very much, Professor and Dr. Milad, sharing that. Please stay with us as we have some breaking news that's coming in. Breaking news from Dhaka.